This short video explains how to use the Farm Sustainability Assessment tool developed by the Derwent Catchment Project. This was developed as part of the Open Gates project funded by the Australian Government. The purpose of this tool is to develop and promote sustainability. It measures the impacts of dairy farming across a broad range of environmental, social and economic indicators. The findings are presented within the workbook and can highlight areas for improvement and possible impacts of changing the system on performance across the full range of sustainability indicators. The tool uses information that a farmer would have in their records already and will take approximately 3 to 4 hours to complete. It comprises of 10 different categories. Each one is given a score and the results are displayed at the end of the workbook. Let's begin with the initial data collection sheet. This is the most involved section and collects farm details and data to calculate greenhouse gas emissions. Much of this worksheet uses the Australian Dairy Carbon Calculator known as DGAS. Data to have on hand includes cow numbers and their live weight, milk production, diet, fertilizer use, manure waste management, energy consumption, and areas of tree plantations on your farm. The results of the DGAS calculator are displayed at the bottom of this page and in the results section of the workbook. If you wish to evaluate strategies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions on your farm through either breeding or diet manipulation, this can be explored further in DGAS, which is found on the Dairying for Tomorrow website. The productivity worksheet aims to capture the farm's financial sustainability, looking at the resilience and strategy for the future. Populate any cells that have not been auto-populated from previous sheets data collection. The questions about farm resilience and the vision for the future can be answered from the drop-down menus. Higher scores are given to adaptable, forward-thinking farms with multiple avenues for income. Moving on to soil. This will require you to go out digging. Choose 3 fields that will give you a representation of the different soil types across the farm. The aim is to get an indication of the state of the soil in terms of structure, organic matter, and biodiversity. You'll need a spade, a short length of pipe, a hammer, a stopwatch, some water, a light-coloured tray or sack to view the soil samples on, and some gloves. Collect 10 samples across each paddock to be combined and sent away for organic carbon content. At 5 sites, you will also need to carry out a visual evaluation of soil structure using the score chart, an infiltration test, and an earthworm assessment. We now look at water management. Higher scores are gained from collecting and reusing water as opposed to abstracting. With regard to irrigation, lower scores are given to spray irrigation due to water loss from evaporation and runoff. Systems that are monitored and serviced regularly get higher scores. There are several practices that can help reduce water pollution and flooding. If you have any large water bodies on your farm, you'll need to carry out a water quality test. Livestock management. This considers the animal's ability to perform natural behaviours, housing, feed and health. Use the drop-down boxes to answer the questions. Looking at the pasture health worksheet, we consider pasture conditions, pesticide use, and pest and disease occurrence. The pasture condition scoring should take an assessment of several paddocks across the farm. A detailed fact sheet can be found on our Pasture Network website. The biodiversity worksheet looks at how habitat on the farm can be utilised by native flora and fauna. As we work down the worksheet, use the drop-down boxes to answer questions about how the farm is being managed for biodiversity. Record any evidence of native species on the farm. The waste management worksheet asks questions about recycling and management of waste. Services that are available in Tasmania are displayed next to the waste product. The last 2 worksheets ask questions about various aspects of people within the farm system. Answer questions from the drop-down menus on education, community engagement, public access, employment, workforce skills, workforce health and safety, and staff health and well-being. Looking at the detailed results table, you can see overall results at the top of the page. Further down the worksheet, the various aspects of each category are scored. Here you can see where farms are performing well and where improvements can be made. At the bottom of the page, the results on DGAS calculator are displayed, next to an average farm for comparison. This diagram, found on the Results Summary tab, summarizes the findings in a graphical form, providing an easy-to-interpret comparison between years and across groups of farms. We hope this tutorial has been useful and that you are able to use this tool to improve agricultural practices. If you are interested in finding out more about the Derwent Catchment Project, then please get in touch.